Made it.
We're glad you're here.
Yes, thank you for your patience.
That's a-okay. We are learning new things every single day. And we just learned recently that now you can do Instagram Live with more than two people, which is fantastic because there's three of us.
Right.
Yes, right, exactly.
So we were just sharing with everybody. My name is Vanessa, and we have Fantasia and Donna. We're going to introduce ourselves in a minute, but we are the co-creators of Mindfulness with People of Color, where we see you because we are you. And this was a very intentional movement that we chose to come together. We live in different parts of the country. We have not all met each other, even in person, even though it seems like we're super duper connected. But that's because of this awesome movement, and we hope that you will join us on all of the exciting things that we have coming up. So if you're on my page, you already know me, but I would love to introduce to you to my two friends, and they're going to share a little bit about themselves and what they bring to mindfulness with people of color.
Well,
So
thank
tag your
you. All right. Thank you, Vanessa, for having me this evening. My name is Donna Ray Jones. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a yoga and mindfulness teacher. And we all became in contact with each other some time ago. And then hearing that what each one of us is doing in our own community, it was just a natural extension for us to come together and co-create something, larger than ourselves. And that is what mindfulness with people of color is. It's a movement. And I'm just honored to be on this journey with both of you all and for everyone that's in our communities and how we're tying it all together.
I'm excited too. And I am hailing currently from North Carolina. My name is Fantasia, and I'm super excited to co-create space with these beautiful women of color. Y'all look amazing. um, but I am a mom of four, and I'm an educator, and I also have a nonprofit called FACTS, Financial Awareness Counseling and Teaching Services, in which I offer financial literacy classes to underserved communities, as well as mindfulness techniques and basic career readiness skills when it comes to resume writing and cover letters and things of that nature. And you can find me on @FinancialActs. And I'm just excited to be able to co-create this space because as you can see, we are you, and it's not just for women, it's for men too. And so thank you, Vanessa, for having us on this evening or whenever someone decides to ping and join in.
My pleasure. And so while we, are on here, we want to share with you, if you Google mindfulness, you will see people magically floating on water or sitting on rocks or water rippling. And mindfulness, there's so much more to just water and rocks and yoga, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be connected to yoga. And it's not that we want to be exclusionary in this movement, but it's that it's very specific to people of color because we identify with different things, right? And there's been so much going on in our country and in this world in the past 2 years or so that we really saw the need to bring this to our communities. Even we're in different parts of the country, but we're really doing our own work. And it's really awesome to now amplify this work and bring it virtually because we're all pros at working virtually now, and really connect to so many more people around not only the East Coast, but the nation and the world, because it's coming, which is really exciting. So in mindfulness, there are so many different styles, and all three of us connect to different styles, and the way that we bring mindfulness to people is very different as well. So I wanted to give Donna and Fantasia the opportunity to share what kind of styles they suit them most and the one that they like to lead the most as well.
Well, I know for me, there's so many different types of, well, first of all, mindfulness is just awareness and being non-judgmental, right? In that space. And we're all unintentionally mindful anyway. So the movement that we created and the work that we do in the community just kind of brings light to what that looks like and feels like in our bodies without judgment. And so outside of mindful breathing, in which people, resonate with and hear a lot, and mindful walking, eating, listening, all of the things using our five senses. The one that speaks to me most is mindfulness in music and sound and listening. And so a lot of times people hear the beach water, they hear the trees blowing, they hear the water running or whatever on these apps and all of those things. But for me, I like to listen to jazz, R&B, old school, the things that nourish my soul. And so I listen to the instruments, I listen to the voices, and I let that take over, and just being observant and present with those sounds, which bring me joy. And so it's not your typical way of sitting or doing mindfulness, right? But it's no wrong way in doing it. And so that brings me peace and joy with mindfulness with music. And so they'll be able to get a little bit about that when we talk about our retreat that's coming up in a couple of weeks, because they'll be able to feel what that looks like and feels like in their body when they participate.
Thank you, Fantasia. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I think the first time I was really introduced to mindfulness meditation, it was more of a focus and concentration practice. And ever since then, it really did resonate with me. I'm a person that tends to kind of float up into my head and really kind of clutch, grasp onto my thoughts. And so it's real easy for me to kind of drift away. And so the practice that I offer is more of a focus, concentration, more of a arrive and settle. So to kind of get more into the body, and kind of like what Fantasia was saying, is to notice the sensations in the body, to feel my feet connected to the floor, a little bit of perspiration, right? Feel the flutter in my chest, and then applying some self-compassion to that. For the longest time, I thought there was something like, quote, off about me to have those kind of sensations like on a regular basis, and not be able to really be able to speak to what it was. But that's like my internal life. And like Vanessa was saying, and it's okay. So just learning for myself to befriend my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, the sensations in my body. And so just a combination of that is what makes me the human that I am and how I show up in the world. And so then I want to offer that to other people, right? An opportunity to kind of focus, to concentrate on what's happening for them in the moment, and then to settle, and then to just kind of continue to apply some love and appreciation and gratitude for yourself in this moment.
I love it. And as a therapist, you know, I really work on working with children and working with moms. And we always have so many things in our minds and so many things to take care of, whether it be our children or children of those we love or children of those that we teach. And so many times our minds are always go, go, go. And our minds and our bodies are pulled in so many different directions that we don't take advantage of the opportunity to really be within our own body, because it's kind of like our feet are here and our minds are elsewhere, you know, and our bodies are elsewhere. And we really want those three things to come together and really be self-aware of how we're showing up in the world, because when we do that, then we really can reflect and then grow as people and be better, not only for ourselves, but for those that we serve and those that we love. So I love reflecting when I am engaging in mindfulness and still being present, right? It's not that my mind is kind of floating all over the place, but being present and understanding who I am as a person, how I'm showing up in the world, and how I can always do better. So as you're hearing, there's so many different kinds of styles that you can experience mindfulness by. And we are going to bring that in our upcoming retreat, which is on Saturday, June 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And it's not going to be boring. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be conversational. We are going to have our different styles, music, movement, eating. I really can't wait. Anything else that you want to add to that on our retreat?
I mean, they get to look at us the whole entire time. I mean, I don't know. It's not a better. No, I'm joking. No, but and even when they join, they can choose. So there's the option to choose whether or not their cameras are on and off. And we just want them to be able to share space with us, learn, be educated, share space, sit, and kind of really take care of themselves in that moment and get some takeaways so that they can use afterwards. Because this is why we created this movement, to be able to just kind of use those things and piggyback off of all of the techniques that we gain in life, and that we notice, oh wow, I've already been doing that, or oh no, I need to take the 60 seconds because my boss is driving me crazy, whatever that looks like, that they'll be able to have a lot of takeaways from our retreat. And we hope that everybody tunes in to that, and we created this space for us because we see you, because we are you. And this is amazing. I'm just happy to be here with you, Vanessa and Donna.
Yes. And I'll just echo what Fantasia was offering, in that the retreat is more of a concentrated opportunity for the education piece, the practice piece, reflection, and some tangible how-tos that you can then pull from as part of your formal and informal practice, and see how it starts to evolve for yourself. And yeah, I think I'm really excited for us to have our first online retreat, and the opportunity to share more time with each one of us, hear your voice, and learn from one another and be in community.
Yeah. And if you've gotten this far in the video, if you're catching the replay, that means something's grabbing your interest, whether it be our faces or the content, something is keeping you here. And so many times when we think of mindfulness, as I was saying before, like people think of like oming, sitting on a cloud and you're floating away. And maybe you might, but there's so many different things that mindfulness really does contain, that even if you're unsure as to like, is this really for me? Check it out and come see for yourself if it is really for you. And with our 3 different styles, you will, I can guarantee you that you will find something that you're going to say, oh, I can do this. And I know how I can grab this and then implement it in my own life to help me from like going insane, right? Or to help me, how to show up better for those who I love. So I know that this is going to be a great fit for everybody who comes across. And we've been doing this for a minute as well. We have been on Clubhouse on Tuesday evenings, taking turns and guiding people in sits on 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that is going to keep going before we switch over to Zoom, if anybody wants to share more information about Zoom and Clubhouse experiences.
Yeah, Zoom. After we finish the retreat, Zoom is the way. And so people can still show up the same way that they did on Clubhouse. They don't have to show their faces. They can still stay muted, but they can show up and practice and make time for themselves. Because self-care, like Donna was talking about earlier, and compassion is important. So just showing up for yourself is enough. That's like people that say, I need to go to the gym, but then they don't take the steps to go to the gym, or I need to walk more and they don't do that. But then as soon as you do it, it feels so good. And so just joining us would feel so good, because we know that already.
Yes. All right. So we are so excited for those who have tuned in, who have listened to this thus far. And if you'd like to learn more information about all that we have to offer, we welcome you to visit our page, Mindful POC. And that's on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, I believe, but you're on Instagram right now. So check it out, Mindful POC. Follow us on there, and in the link in our bio, that is where you can find all of the rest of the information about our upcoming retreat just 2 weeks away on Saturday, July 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I promise you it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing. I feel like every time, even our Tuesday sits, I leave kind of lifted, right? I leave lighter. I leave a little bit clearer in your mind and not bogged down with all the nonsense that usually holds us back or weighs us down, but just lighter. I don't know. What do you think, ladies? Do you have the same feeling?
I feel the same way. And you spoke to the retreat, but for those who can't come because they have prior engagements on July 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, it's okay. You can make a donation and you can show up at a later time, either on Clubhouse or Zoom when we put the information out. So I did want to share that and say that, because they can definitely do that.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. So we welcome you with any questions. Please visit us on our other Instagram page altogether. Please visit our also our individual pages. So Donna, why don't you share your individual page and share a little bit about what you offer as well?
Thank you. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Donna Ray Jones. On my website, Donna Ray Jones, and Discover Mindfulness is a new program that's going to start on July 14th. So it's just in time for the retreat. It is a journey from overwhelm to steady living. So there will be practices, a presentation, reflection, and sharing. So it'll be in a format that'll really just kind of prepare you for developing or deepening your own practice. So join me.
And Fantasia.
Well, I mean, my I think I mentioned it earlier. I don't even remember. So at Financial Acts is my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts for the nonprofit Financial Awareness Counseling and Teaching Services, FACTS, because it is a fact that we need financial literacies in our communities. We need mindfulness in our communities. We need career readiness skills so that we can be prepared to hit these, whether or not it's being an entrepreneur like all of us are, or growing a brand or a business, or just within the career and the role that you're in. So come see me and stop by at Financial Acts, all one word. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Absolutely. And I love how we offer, again, mindfulness in all different ways. You know that I offer the mindfulness for kids classes, which are free every single Wednesday for the rest of 2021, in addition to therapeutic services for New Jersey residents, specifically to children and for mothers. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are looking forward to everything that mindfulness with people of color has to offer, because again, we see you because we are you. So thank you for joining in, and we hope to see you at our upcoming retreat on July 17th. Be well.